Pix 11 puts you first. Presented by Jacoby and Myers, New York's injury lawyers. We live here too.
During winter, many people use a space heater as a supplemental source of warmth. But after the tragic fire in the Bronx this week, we may be rethinking that choice. A malfunctioning space heater caused the quick-spreading apartment fire that killed 17 people. 9 adults and 8 children lost their lives, and dozens more were injured. Joining us now is Andrew Finkelstein from Jacoby and Myers. It's good to see you, Andrew. Andrew, we've been working with you for over a year, and you've been giving our viewers tips on how to keep safe. And so right now, the conversation really has been space heaters. So I just want to start with this idea. You say you should never leave the space heater unattended. It sounds like complete common sense. But a lot of people use space heaters when they sleep and they're not really paying attention to it. What is your advice?
So there's 3 main reasons, and good morning. Thanks for having me. I'm sorry we're having it on such a tragic situation that was regrettably preventable. With space heaters, there's 3 important factors to always remember. Time, location, and don't overload. You can't leave a space heater on more. People think you could just leave it on in perpetuity. You need to shut it off. The most modern space heaters come with an auto shut off, but not too many are out in the population. So you shut them off after 3 hours. The purpose of a space heater is to heat up an area and then shut it off. It's not to leave it on 24/7. So be sure to leave it off after you've warmed up that area. The other is location. The location of where you put a space heater is critically important. There are danger spots. Putting it near flammable materials like carpeting or bedding. Don't put it near bedding. Just warm up that room and then shut it off. And then lastly, don't overload that outlet.
Right. Again, these tips, they seem so commonplace, but I understand that sometimes people forget. The other safety tip you have is to not use extension cords. And why is that so important? Because I have extension cords all over my house.
Yeah, so let's talk a little bit about extension cords. What people, they are somewhat lulled into a belief that they're completely safe. If they're frayed in any way, they become dangerous. And where they are placed, take tremendous notice. We often want to hide the extension cord, but if they are placed under a couch or near a curtain that's not that is flammable, and there's a break in that extension cord, which you may not even see, and then that extension cord is overloaded, it can overheat. And then it can, if it's under a couch, as an example, or by curtains, that couch or curtains becomes fuel. And that fuel will then initiate a fire and tragedies happen. So make sure with extension cords first that they are not frayed in any way. There's no fraying of the rubber in any way, and they're placed in the proper location, which is out in the open. Don't bury it under a carpet. Don't bury it under your couch or by a curtain.
Right. This next safety tip took me by surprise. You say to make sure to close all bedroom doors at night. Can you explain why?
Well, they're primarily for time. If a tragedy does happen and a fire does happen, the fire needs oxygen, and by closing every bedroom door, if it starts in the bedroom, it'll prevent it from spreading outside the bedroom. God forbid it starts in the bedroom. But importantly, if it's outside the bedroom, it'll prevent the smoke from billowing into the room and give the individual who's in the bedroom time to execute their plan. And hopefully everybody has a plan. Make sure those bedroom doors are closed at night.
Well, Andrew, you also mentioned having a plan, which is something that you just reminded me to do, which I have done in the past with my children, which is talk to your family and your children about a plan in the event that there is a fire in your home. So what are the key things they need to get across, parents meaning family members?
Well, not just have a plan, but regularly communicate the plan. There's a reason why every single time when somebody gets on an airplane, they repeat the same instructions, not because we haven't heard them before, but when they are top of mind, we remember to execute on them. So having that plan and repeating it. So I encourage everybody to do it at least quarterly. Just remind everybody what the plan is, and then practice your plan. And what should the plan consist of? What to do in the event of smelling smoke or hearing a smoke alarm from the smoke detector. What is the escape route? Who do you call? And what do you do? And practice it.
And practice it. And that part of that is having a smoke alarm properly installed in all the right places. So, Andrew, what are those right places to install?
You want to have.
And what if you're renting an apartment?
So smoke detectors, make sure they're in every single bedroom. Okay, don't leave a bedroom out. They should be in every living area, and very importantly, in every stairwell. Also, obviously, have them in kitchen and wherever you store your I'll define it, long-term garbage, in the garage generally. But put smoke, you can't have too many smoke detectors. They definitely save lives, but importantly, make sure they're in good working order. You have to check those batteries every single year. We fall into a false sense of security just thinking that they are always working. Test them. Be sure to test them. And it's your landlord's responsibility to make sure you have good working smoke detectors. So notify your landlord if they're not working at all. Replace the batteries yourself if you have to. Don't get into a petty fight with a landlord just for some batteries. But it's your landlord's responsibility. And if they are not in good working order, call 311, or the New York City Department of Buildings is responsible for holding these landlords accountable if they are not in good working order.
Andrew Finkelstein, Jacoby and Meyer, thank you so much for your tips today. It is wonderful to see you, unfortunately, under these circumstances.
Yeah. Everybody stay safe, for sure.
You as well. And if you at home would like more safety tips, head to jmlawyer.com and click on the blog tab at the top of the website.